Nobody wants this? Oh, please. We all want the inside scoop on this cast. How did Adam Brody and Kristen Bell's loved ones react to their hot scenes?
God, you know me so well.
Who became best friends in real life?
She's my pal.
And how did Justine Lupe manage to hide her pregnancy during the first season? Stick around. The next facts will blow your mind. Hollywood's hot Rabbi. The irony of a former teen idol from the OSSA suddenly becoming the Rabbi crush of 2025? After the premiere of Nobody Wants This, Adam Brody basically woke up famous again.
I don't know if it's the age of Netflix and the internet or what, but it's been it's been a week.
Now, Hot Rabbi is his brand new title, and the actor himself just laughs.
He's also a hot son, you know?
True.
He's a hot brother, and so he's always so many other hot things.
He's a hot human being.
Yeah.
He swears he never saw this hype coming.
When the show started, people were like, Hot Rabbi might be a thing. I'm like, shut up. and then here we are.
And honestly, he's got more in common with his character than you'd think.
He and I both crave order and find comfort in that. Different worldviews go about it different ways, but I think the want is the same.
We're pretty sure Adam's loving his return to the spotlight because, let's be real, after the OC ended, his career slowed down, and he's admitted it wasn't easy going from fame to fighting for grown-up roles. But this guy, he's a survivor. Before acting fame, he did everything.
I was a janitor, very short-lived. I worked at a bagel place, I worked at a car wash, I worked at a couple surf shops, I was a valet at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
But instead of chasing the Hollywood hype, he chose peace. Smaller projects, writing music, and staying out of the chaos. And get this, he doesn't even have social media.
Well, it's laziness mostly. I mean, every day one of my friends or somebody goes, you gotta get on Instagram. And I'm like, today I'm gonna do it. And then I'm not gonna do it.
Still, he didn't need it to stay on top again.
I used to live in Hollywood, and for a while, a tour bus would go by outside of my house, and I could hear them on the microphone say it's my house. Part of the reason I moved.
These days, Adam's all about family. He's been married to Leighton Meester since 2014, and they've mastered the art of privacy. Rare red carpets, no drama, just two cool humans raising kids and surfing together. And Sundays, those are sacred.
I pack the car for the gang.
Yeah.
We'll go to the beach a lot.
Okay.
Oh, it's a family affair, so it's about wrangling everyone and deciding where to go.
And now, plot twist. Leighton's officially joining Nobody Wants This in season 2.
She's very funny, which I think is a fun thing people maybe don't know about her. Her comedy timing is bonkers.
She's playing Abby, Joanne's middle school nemesis turned influencer mom.
You're joining the cast of Nobody Wants This. How is it working together?
It's good. It was one of the most fun times actually I've ever had on set.
And yeah, we totally believe it was Adam's idea to bring his wife onto set. Because just listen to how he talks about her.
She's my hero. She's very brave, she's very strong, she's very self-determined.
I was mostly a passenger in my scenes with her, a lucky bystander, and it's always a thrill and a joy to watch her work.
And of course, the last word came from Kristen Bell. Because, let's be honest, she's the boss here. She's the one who decides who gets the gig, and she had zero doubts about her choice. From the very first script read, Kristen just knew this role was made for Brody.
When I was like, well, this has to be Brody. I have to figure out how to convince him to do this. I'm such a huge fan of Adam's work. I think creatively he's so charged and so charismatic.
And their bond deserves its own episode. Screen Soulmates. Nobody Wants This isn't actually the first time these two have worked together. They met years ago, back in their early Hollywood days. Adam remembers it like this.
At a Scream 4 screening,
I truly can't believe that you can remember that.
you got in the trunk of my agent's car.
But Kristen's version, slightly different.
You dated a friend of mine for a long time. There were just social interactions. But I do remember being at your apartment quite a few times.
So basically, the actors have been circling each other for years. They just didn't realize they were future on-screen soulmates.
So I know in real life we have great chemistry. She's lovely. She actually has great chemistry with most people.
And that old connection has turned into a full-on friendship now. They know everything about each other.
I had a bear claw every day, or an apple fritter.
How on earth could that have slipped my mind?
Yeah.
Adam has a bear claw every morning.
I don't know
how you still fit into those slacks. That is beyond me.
And funnily enough, their friendship now extends to their families too. Even Adam's daughter is a huge fan of Frozen. Meanwhile, Kristen's kids, totally Team Brody. They think he's the coolest thing ever, thanks to Shazam. But Adam's not entirely sure the feeling's mutual.
When I met Lincoln, I said, oh, hi, I've heard so much about you. She said, I've heard nothing about you.
That's funny. Because she's over it all the time. She definitely, we went to see Shazam in 4D, and I almost broke my neck.
The actors hit it off immediately, and it's not hard to see why. They're both witty, quick, and surprisingly grounded for people who play total chaos on screen.
You're good with stating your opinion, as am I, and we're both good at listening, so I feel like
we ended up in the right spot.
We did.
They played a couple in love so naturally that fans started wondering, are their real-life partners okay with this? What does Leighton Meester think? Maybe that's why she joined the show in season 2, to keep an eye on her husband. But the actress, cool as ever.
I don't mind. It's okay. I like it.
And Adam, he couldn't resist giving credit where it's due.
She taught me. I mean, you know.
There you go.
Everything he knows.
She gets the good stuff. That's not even like the A material.
But the best reaction came from Kristen's husband, Dax Shepard. Even he couldn't help commenting.
Even I can acknowledge it, like watching it, I'm like, whoa, that's hot. Yeah. And my husband said the same thing. Like watching the first episode, he was like, oh my God, I want you to kiss him so bad.
Okay, that's next level supportive. And it's not the last unexpected twist in Kristen's life lately. Bell Unfiltered. On screen, she's this brutally honest podcaster who says all the things polite people don't. Off screen, she's kind of the same, but what she talks about hits way deeper. Kristen's been incredibly open about her lifelong battle with depression and anxiety. It first started when she was a teenager.
My version of it feels very restricted, like if you're trying to put on like a latex glove that's way too small for your hand.
She once said it felt like a dark cloud that she couldn't explain. For a long time, she kept it a secret, thinking she had to be the funny, perfect, happy girl. She doesn't believe that anymore.
I just wasn't being honest with the people, like the girls who may look up to me.
Now, she's an outspoken advocate for therapy and medication. Her colleagues even joke that she could quit acting and become a real therapist.
I think she has the vernacular and she has the interest and the constitution for it.
A huge part of that growth came from her husband, Dax Shepard. The two have been together for nearly 20 years, and it hasn't always been easy. They've navigated fame, family, and Dax's sobriety journey together.
What keeps our relationship strong is that I've learned so much about how he has to handle life through the lens of sobriety.
But Kristen has even more secret talents.
The most surprising thing I've learned about her is that she's obsessed with biohacking in a way that I don't know anyone else has ever been obsessed with biohacking.
So, if you ever want a crash course in wellness, she's your girl.
But I definitely have found that getting a really good sweat in a sauna or going into the cold plunge, oh, baby, even if it's just for 20 seconds to shock my body, have been things that I've kept up with.
He says have spinach or green or some sort of leafy fibery thing or Metamucil and a shot of apple cider vinegar.
And by the way, Nobody Wants This was more than just another project for her. It was a comeback after years spent focusing entirely on motherhood.
I stayed at home for a couple years and raised my kids, and now I feel like they're out and about in the world more, and I felt the itch to get creative again with this guy.
And guess what? That itch paid off, big time. The show finally earned Kristen her first ever Emmy nomination. After all the singing, crying, and voicing a literal princess, it took a messy love story to catch the Academy's eye. Oh, and she hosted the Screen Actors Guild Awards this year, too. Her castmates couldn't stop raving about her.
She has like such a top-notch personality that she just shines. She's just built for this.
Today, Kristen is surrounded by people who keep her grounded, starting with her best friend and co-star. Unstoppable duo. Kristen Bell and Jackie Tohn, they've actually known each other for over 15 years. They met back in their early acting days, when both were still chasing auditions and singing for fun. And somehow, that early bond just stuck.
We've never actually analyzed how good our relationship.
Kristen once said they were cut from the same cloth, both blunt, both emotional, and both with zero filter. Jackie calls their friendship the most honest thing in Hollywood. The stars first worked together on Do, Re, and Me, the kids' animated show they created and voiced together. They weren't just playing characters. They were teaching children through music, as Kristen likes to say, tricking them into learning. And when they're not working together, they share another huge passion, dogs. Kristen's basically the fairy godmother of rescue pets. She's fostered dozens over the years, including Frank, Whiskey, and her late senior pup, Barbara.
So I foster as many dogs as I can, and one dog that we loved, named Glenn, we were all allergic to him, and it sucked because we loved him so much.
So naturally, she called Jackie.
This was August, and she goes, I can't take this dog for a night. I'm going out of town in December. Cut to the next day, she came over and said, this dog's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. They've never been separated.
Jackie even says her best therapy session is a long walk with Glenn. And Kristen, of course. And now, the actress is enjoying every minute in the spotlight.
It's been a wild year. Lots of dresses. I'm having a good time.
She's been in the industry for ages, from American Idol to Glow. But she admits this moment feels different.
My dad the other day was like, people in my community think you're famous. I'm like, all right, Dad.
Well, she's not the only one feeling that post-show fame, because the next actress discovered her popularity in a surprisingly unexpected way. Mom energy. Justine Lupe has been quietly building an incredible career. From Succession to The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, she's literally in everything good. But it didn't come overnight.
It's a slow burner.
In early interviews, she admitted that acting was a long grind, a mix of small roles, rejections, and that awful, am I even good at this phase? She learned to embrace not being the main character for a while. And ironically, that's when the best roles started to roll in. She even remembers the exact moment she realized her career had turned a corner. It happened at an Emmys party.
And there was a moment where like all of these like musicians were playing and they like at one point turned off the light and it's all the lights and like everyone's sitting in this room and all of a sudden like in the dark I hear like ding 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 ding, and then everyone was like, whoa!
But you know what's even more impressive? She filmed the first season of Nobody Wants This while secretly pregnant.
There was a lot of like hiding behind things. There was a lot of like very conspicuous, like big bomber jackets. There was also just like a lot of like exploding clothing.
And despite all the chaos, she called it one of the best experiences of her life.
It's also just an amazing thing because you're pregnant, so you have this like creative energy going and then you can bring that to the work, and I just had the best time being pregnant.
A few months later, she welcomed her first baby.
It's a girl!
It's a girl!
Oh my
It's a girl.
goodness. What is her name?
Her name is Ellis. My partner picked the name. He loved it.
And speaking of her partner, this spring, Justine announced that she had married Tyson Mason with their baby by their side. So it's clear he's her rock.
I met him and I was like, I told all my girlfriends, I was like, truly, guys,
He's
if this
handsome.
doesn't work out, that's the mountaintop for me.
New mom energy? Absolutely. Because she was back to work just 3 months later. Total power move. Fans adore her as Morgan because she's the one character who says what we're all thinking. And fun fact, Justine actually has a brother in real life named Colin, so she brought a little real-life sibling experience to the screen.
I'm like very protective in the way that she's protective. I feel like a little bit of a mother bear with him. I'm also probably a little bit like crossing boundaries in terms of like giving advice in the way that Morgan does.
Now, the burning question. Will Morgan and Sasha, aka Timothy Simons, go beyond their quirky best friends chemistry?
My instinct is that they're so fun as this like odd friendship, and that there's nothing really that funny about destroying a family, and he has a child.
And hold on to your bagels. Season 2 is coming in hot. Seth Rogen and Kate Berlant are joining the cast. The showrunners literally called them a dream pairing. But that's just the start.
We have Arian Moayed, who was on Succession with me and came over this season. We have Leighton Meester, Adam's wife. It's going to be really, really fun.
I think friendships and relationships deepened both in front of and behind the camera.
So now it's your turn. Who's your favorite character or star from the show? And which behind-the-scenes secret surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts. We want to hear all of it.